here, Sowunmi, is with me. Good to see you.
It's nice to see you too.
Your presidential candidate is spoken about the situation of a few in the country and is hit at the candidate of the APC, Bola Tinubu. What is the feeling around your party? Because there are accusations, the APC, for example, will say your party is instigating this issue of the Naira notes and the swapping of the notes.
Well, I think, Seun, one thing that we must accept is that government responsibility lies with the party in government. And no political party can wish to go into another election pretending as if it has not been in charge of the country for the time we're speaking. Party democracy does not run on the idea that you can step away completely from the policies of your party. Having said that, it is one of the most childish, almost becoming embarrassing narrative style of the APC to pretend as if the shirking of responsibility of their government, they must look for who to blame other than themselves. For pray, why then are they government? If they are government, if there are people sabotaging the system, it is their duty to know, it is their duty to punish. If they change currency, it was on their call. They were the ones responsible who should have thought about the back end. No, our nation have not been this embarrassed. We're embarrassed to the point that nobody imagines that you can go to an ATM of any country, not even Greece when it was failing, not Venezuela when it was failing because of the crisis. Would you go to an ATM and they'll program it to release 2,000 naira?
So there are these contention. Your party seemed to be in alignment with what the CBN governor is saying. The APC governors had gone to President Buhari and had a discussion where he said they should give him 7 days to revert on that matter. The CBN governor today had said that in a special briefing in Lagos, he says that the pain of Nigerians in access the new note and is working in the gaps observed in the circulation process. He has also told journalists today that new measures to accelerate the circulation include extending the cash swap to microfinance banks. Now, with all of these things that the CBN governor has said, your party seems to be in alignment, but the APC and some of the leaders in the APC do not.
You see,
the groaning of Nigerians seems to be in contention here. Nigerians are feeling the itch.
Don't make the question too difficult to answer. You need to understand the CBN Act empowers the president to order for a redesign or a change of currency. That's the law. That we are not shouting hooray and jumping up and down and overheating the body like these kindergartens that are in APC is because we understand what governance is about. Once a government policy is in place, all stakeholders within the country must do everything humanly possible to allow the policy to work. It doesn't mean that we were the one who ordered this nonsense. And it is evidence of the failings of their government, the failings of their party, the childishness of their presidential candidate, and the near meddlesomeness of their governors. If there is a policy that affects money circulation, even for the purpose of election, it affects all parties. We're not going to be doing our processes with leaves, but they're so pampered and so indisciplined that one just even wonders how the president copes with them. They're way too much in the habit of saying anything that doesn't go well
what
for them.
What I put in the question is the groaning of Nigerians who said they don't have access to the issue of the notes.
Then they should solve that problem. Listen, nations are delicately managed so that you don't implode nations. If opposition parties, the PDP, started to instigate people the way they are instigating people, do you know what can happen in this country? These people are just too childish. Yes, there's a problem on the ground. It is the failure of the CBN to even think that it can introduce a new currency at this time without thinking about the back end. The last 2 days I've been asking myself, how do the beggars in the country, those people who we know beg for alms, how do we expect them to cope? How do the poor people in the rural area cope? These are germane issues.
Do you think there should be an extension?
I think the government and the CBN should just wrap up and go. They frustrated Nigerians with the longest fuel regime you know, that we've ever seen where people are just, nobody can explain anything. We're now having a situation people can't even get their own money from the banks. People are quarreling, people are rioting in Ibadan. Everybody is under agony. And the party in charge, the party that is responsible for all of this misdirection of the country and mismanagement of the country, are the ones that are up in arms. You know, it's almost like you're wondering, who's to blame here? It's your party. It's your government. It's your policy. You can't cherry pick. You get everything if you want the benefit. You're going to have to take the burden, and you can't step away from it. It's parties that are on the ballot. In this election, the people of Nigeria must understand that political parties must carry the responsibilities of their government. That's how it works everywhere. Nobody will allow you to come and say, oh, we're not the one in charge when they're the one in that government.
Mr. Sowunmi, always a pleasure having you.
Our time is done.
That's our time. Thank you so much, Ile.